Hello, hello. Thank you for checking in. It's Wednesday, hump day. So great to see everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Woohoo! It's Wednesday, hump day, or humpless day, depending on your situation. Let me say hello to everybody. Allura Star, and Shocker, and Sturgis Guy, and Tesis, and House of Dave, and Sam, and St. Clinton, and Eric, and Petey, and Tim, and Ryan, and Photo, and Philip Chandler, and Mark Mean, and Star Raven, and Angie Jonas, and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Azure Yusuf and the Cram and Marcel and Jim Dandy and Sturgis Guy and Bill Knaus and Scott Kimmis and Joe Barney and Red Stapler and John McCain and Blair Cooper and Terry Sue and Brett and QOV and Max and Sam and St. Clinton and Wing Doggy and Cosmic Joe and Boot and Swede and Jay Dolman. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for checking in. Great to see everybody. So it's Wednesday, it's hump day, and I'm going to end a little early today because Sweetie's picking me up. Going out for dinner and a movie to celebrate 8 years. I think we might celebrate a little bit today and a little bit over the weekend. But so, yeah, you can tell because, look, my hair is done. I'm sure you guys notice a difference. My hair is done, and I have makeup on. I got instead of the usual like So hello. So good to see everybody. Hope you're having it's kind of gray and it's gray. Looks like it's gonna rain here in California. I'm not sure how the weather is for you everywhere else, but. Hello. Thank you, Lynn. Well, some of you notice that there's some days where it doesn't look like I brushed my hair. So today I actually brushed it, sprayed it, put on makeup, have a dress on. Tomorrow I go to see the doctor to find out about my foot. I have an x-ray. I got copies of the first x-ray, so I might tweet it or something later to show you my broken bone. I don't know. Does anyone want to see that? Does anyone want to see? Yeah. Does anyone want to see my broken bone x-ray? So, yeah, so tomorrow I see the doctor about that. Find out how my foot is healing. So, woohoo! So how's everybody else doing? Are you doing good? Where are you going? Oh, I have no idea where we're going. I never know. It's always a mystery. Sweetie likes to surprise me. Or maybe he just doesn't have a plan and he likes to be spontaneous. I don't know. So yesterday was terrible traumatic Tuesday, and I think I traumatized everybody yesterday. Today's hump day. I'm not sure what I should talk about that won't traumatize anybody. But I saw a news story. There was a woman. Wing Doggy says he enjoyed yesterday. Oh, good. There was a woman who was bitten by a small nurse shark. It looked like about this big, and it clamped onto her arm, and they couldn't get it to let go. Even they killed the fish. They killed the fish, and it still wouldn't let go. They couldn't get it off. So instead of like causing more bleeding or ripping it, they brought her to the hospital with the shark still attached to her arm. Ah! Like, get it off! Get it off! Dead 2-foot-long shark, little shark, and it's the kind of little shark that doesn't. They're little and they get up in the shallows, but they're very rare that I read that they don't rarely attack people because they're kind of small as far as sharks go. They're called a nurse shark. There's a lot of different kinds of sharks. What's on my fingers? Oh, I have rings on. Yeah, in case I get in a fight. Grr. No, I did not see that. Linda says she doesn't like my big ring. That's okay, Linda. I wasn't going to make you wear it. Yeah, Marcel says, so many rings on every finger except the important one. Yes, Marcel and everybody else seems to be teasing me about my 8-year anniversary. What do you suppose? What is that supposed to mean, Marcel? 8 years and still, but is that the ultimate goal of a relationship? Yeah. Marcel says, shit or get off the pot. What? No, we didn't write it in those words. I, everything works out, Marcel. It's all good. We're happy. I just saw they didn't, they keep finding new. When you're the oldest, they didn't interview the oldest woman in the world. However, they're constantly changing because usually whoever's the oldest person in the world, it's a title you don't hold for very long because by that time that you're the oldest person in the world, you've only got like a month or a year left before the second oldest person in the world is the oldest person in the world. So right now, yeah, the oldest person ever on record was a woman in France who died, I think, like 20 or 30 years ago, and she lived 123. Right now, currently, the oldest person in the world is 116, which makes her the last person in the world that was born in the 1800s. She was born at the very end of the 1800s. So she born in the 1800s, lived through the entire 1900s, and now 2016. And she says she credits her long life, and everybody always asks, how did you live so long? And I suppose most of them just got lucky. But this woman credits her long life with being single and not having anything to do with men, and eating raw eggs and raw steak. So I'm not sure if that's necessarily the key to a long life, but but according to this woman, I think the best miracle is when somebody gets to that age, over 100, 105, 100, and you see they're still mentally alert and still physically able to get around. That's the best part. Because they've been able to keep their mind and their body still moving. Granted, they're shrunk down and they're really small and they're slow, but they're still mobile and alert. So Marcel says, oh, so now it's all our fault. That's true. So, no, but, they always ask somebody, and some people say, going to church. Some people say smoking and drinking whiskey every night. So I don't know if these people always are the most reliable source. That may be what they do, but that's not necessarily why they live so long. They maybe just got lucky. Sometimes it's good genetics. They didn't get any weird sicknesses, or their bodies weren't exposed to any kind of contaminants or chemicals that causes bad reactions. So Linda says her key to long life is watching my show. Oh, good, Linda. David Jones says his key to long life is going to be when people figure out that they don't care what other people think. Yeah, David Jones says the key to a long life is not worrying about what other people think. David says he's already got that down pat, and he plans to live to a very ripe old age. Get off my lawn! So yeah, and speaking of hump day and longevity, staying physically and sexually active with your partner is very good for your longevity and your relationship. Whenever possible, physically and Linda says, I don't have a lawn or a partner. Yeah. And David Jones says the key. Linda says, but she's got a blender. Don't try to cuddle with the blender, Linda. Yes, it's good for you physically and mentally and emotionally, and for many different reasons. But David Jones says the key to a long life is don't be a dumbass. Yes, I actually saw a video yesterday that would speak to that. I saw I have to call it a dumbass video. You know, there's giant cactuses with really long, like, spines, needles. They're like 1.5 inches, 2 inches long. I mean, they're pretty thick. They're not the little skinny kind. They're the thick, like knives, practically. Well, you know, people do these video challenges, and they record themselves doing stupid stuff. So yeah, sometimes they refer to these things as the Darwin Awards, because it helps to people who kill themselves from doing really stupid things. It helps to thin out the herd of people who probably shouldn't reproduce, just for the sake of the species. So anyhow, so this guy, he didn't kill himself, but he probably wished he had. He got up on the back of a pickup truck, and there was this giant cactus. It was probably about 6-7 feet wide with a whole bunch of arms. It was a huge bush of one of these giant, spiky, big cactuses, and his somebody, I don't know, dared him to jump into it. So he did, and it jumps into it, and he's stuck on it like he's stuck to Velcro, and he's screaming because he's literally, like, his entire body is covered and stuck to this cactus, like little spines of knives that are holding him up there, and his friends have to pull him off, and he kind of rolls a little bit, and he's on the ground screaming like you've never heard anyone scream, and his entire body from head to toe is covered with these little inch-long spines from the cactus, and they're pulling them out, and some of them are bleeding, and they're like 2 inches long, and they're thick, and he's screaming. I mean, none of the injuries will kill him, but he, oh, they were pulling him out, and they're just everywhere, like every inch of his body had from head to toe. Did anyone else see that? Sturgis guy says, sounds like a regular weekend for me and my buddies in Sturgis. It's a real good thing they don't have cactuses in Sturgis. Luckily, it's too cold for that. Instead, they do things like going swimming in ice, in the ice. Polar bear challenge. Or you guys have seen the videos where the challenge is somebody jumps onto a swimming pool that's frozen, and they jump like they're going to jump in the water, but it's frozen, and they just hit the ice, in a bathing suit and like bare skin and slide across it. Yeah, that hurts. And I think the ice probably skins your body. When Doggy says he has a tiny cactus that has little teeny magnifying glass prickers, and you get them in there, and there's like a million little fuzzy needles, and they're really hard to get out because you can't see them barely. They get in your skin and stuck there. Yeah, those ones hurt too. But this guy was like, his entire body was covered with like 2-inch knives. I was like, I don't know. If I were that guy, I would never show that video. I'm sure he's going to get lots of views and likes. But for me, if I was like a girl that knew him or thought he was cute or ever considered dating him, I would look at that and be like, no, there's no chance. I would never want to get involved in a relationship with that guy because the chance of ever getting involved to the point where you think, oh, let's get married and have kids. No, we're not going to share DNA. I am never, yeah. I'm going to make an executorial decision and say, no, let's not share DNA. Like, oh, I don't know if I've seen that person, Linda. When Doggy says, I can't stand stupid people. Me too. The problem is everybody has a different definition of stupid. So, oh goodness, it's already 5:35. Ooh, well, I have to finish getting ready so that I'm not caught by surprise. Wing Doggy says, Red is so freaking smart, but she keeps doing stupid things. Yeah, see, Wing Doggy, a lot of people are guilty of that. And when you're smart but you do stupid things anyhow, you have no excuse. No excuse. I've been guilty of that a couple times myself. But just a couple times. Anyhow, so I'm going to leave a little early today because I got to get finished getting ready for Sweetie and celebrating 8 years long relationship. Can you believe that? All right, let me say goodbye to everybody. Allure Star and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and T-Sis and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip Chandler and Mark Mean and Star Raven and Angie Jonas and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Azure Yusuf and the Cram and Marcel and Jim Dandy and Bill Knaus and Scott Kimmis and Joe Barney and Red Stapler and John McCain and N1QOV and Blair Cooper and Brett and Terry Sue and Sam and St. Clinton and N1QOV and Max and Red Stapler and Cosmic Joe and Boot and Swede and Jay Dahlman. Thank you for checking in. I will see you tomorrow for Stupid Question Day! And I guarantee the stupid will be strong tomorrow. I mean the genius. Bye. Kisses for everyone. I love you. Bye. Bye.